Hello, listeners, and welcome to another episode of Avocation to Climb. It must be that time of the month again, Rogue, where, well, look, I don't know, where we come and speak, I suppose. It is my privilege, of course, tonight to be joined by MadeyePadeye, Mephisto for the win, Rogue 1992, and the block of wood, if you listened last week, I believe, IrishWarrior022. But look, I'm going to let him introduce himself, and then we're going to listen to Rogue backtrack with his tail between his legs, and maybe an apology. Surely not an apology.
Why would I apologise to a lump of wank? The guy's not worth a posh wank. Why would I apologise to that?
Go fuck yourself, Rogue. So look, I knew I'd get that in before you did. So look, why don't we jump in here? Irish Warrior 022. I hope I'm saying it correctly. All the way from Canada. We've got everywhere covered tonight. Australia in its COVID state, the UK with Paddy, and of course now Canada as well. It's wonderful to have you on tonight. So as you know, I'm the token pony for the show. Don't let that put you off. I did earlier this year, but last year you hosted this wonderful event on your Discord as well. Yeah, some of your community's a little bullshit, I understand, with the preloading. They're sort of fucked us, but look, I'll forgive you there on that as well. But it was an experience. It was an experience to see how hardcore you guys are. It's wonderful to finally get to speak to you tonight. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me on the show, CJ. And yes, preloading is bullshit. What's going on, Madeye? What's going on, Mephisto?
Not much. Okay, we're definitely going to get into the preloading. I'll throw to them in a second, Irish, but I'd like to know a little bit about you. You've obviously, you're an Xbox gamer, you've been playing forever, you have a ridiculous gamer score here of a 1.5 million and change or something like that, over 2,200 or so games. How long have you been Xbox? Are you only Xbox? Tell us a little about yourself.
Yeah, I'm pretty much only Xbox. I do anything for achievements. Achievement hunter, so been doing it for 8 years now. So yeah, that's about it. That's all I do. That's a number, I can't make up either. So we're on a site where it's people start boasting about their ratios and stuff like that. I mean, when it all comes down to it, it's all about games and gamer score, and that's originally why I picked the Xbox and why I've been playing on it.
I like that. And with a completion percentage of 66.2%, you're welcome here anytime. So.
Thank you.
Now, look, I want to throw to you three guys, because obviously, we're going to talk GTASC, all sorts of things. But first off, how did you meet, I suppose? All four of you meet, because I know you're all sort of good friends.
Fuck knows his best friend.
Who?
Where this gun came from? Got a fucking message there. We needed somebody.
You've been talking to the opposition, then. That's more misinformation.
No, we're good. I knew Irish.
Are we?
I knew Irish a long time ago because we competed in a little thing called Leapfrog against each other pretty hard, and that's when I first kind of, knew you there, Irish. That was the first time, at least, we had contact, at the very least.
Yeah, we actually conversed during a competition.
Yeah, imagine that. Imagine doing that.
That's insane. And being nice to each other. That's insane.
Simple times.
That's like unheard of now. Yeah.
Simple times. Yeah, well, that was like the first one TA run, I reckon, was it? I think the first Leapfrog ever. And
yeah,
I don't know about you, but for myself, that was I think the first year we did really well in GTASC. So I was already kind of scoring, and it kind of just flew on from there. But I didn't have any plans to try. You won the things, but I didn't have any plans to go as far as even I did. Did you set out from day one? I'm going to win this thing. I'm going to show people who I am. Is that how it went for you?
No, not really. It was kind of the same thing. It was GTASC, and I knew I could do or play 2 events at the same time, type of thing. My team was relatively new to GTASC as well, so I don't know when the first year it was.
You were doing it to double up with the GTASC.
Yeah.
But you shit in the GTASC.
Buddy, that was before TAD. That was gamer score.
Yeah, but even then, I'm
okay. Where did I finish in 2015 GTASC?
Which year did you win?
All right.
There we go. Sorry, I didn't hear that.
How many jackets do you have?
How many jackets do I have?
Yeah.
How many jackets do you have? You got no jackets.
I have 2 jackets.
You got a hoodie.
Yeah.
You got a hoodie. You want me to make you a hoodie? I can make you a hoodie, Rogue.
Yeah, but go fuck yourself on the front of it.
Exactly.
Like that emote on the
That's
Twitch
it.
stream.
That's it.
Uh,
Oh my god! So I just want to touch on this leapfrog again because we've never really spoken about it like this anyway, not in a reflective kind of way. I wanted to get you onto a show ages ago and talk about it, but so obviously I remember you saying you had to plan like crazily plan, but when did you like kind of know you were gonna like really try and win? At what point do you think?
It was a situation where, like I said, I was scoring for my team for GTASC, and like week after week, I just kept scoring crazy numbers, and so they kind of coincided with each other. So I figured if I'm just going to keep scoring anyways, I'll try and win this. We'll see, what the competition's like, and I just kept scoring. I was gaming anyways. I mean, so It was a situation. I think we talked about this before, where I was on like day 50 and I dropped like 100 and something achievements, and people shit on me saying, why'd you drop so many? Oh, you're wasting achievements to go for the next day, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, I'm going to be gaming the next day anyway. So what's the point?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not just going to stop. Right. So, I think it was when I started seeing like the people like dropping, when I saw people making it, and then all of a sudden it was kind of like only 1 or 2 from week to week. Then all of a sudden, boom, the next day, like, about 20, 30 guys would drop off. It's like, yo, what happened?
Yeah.
We're sitting at day 60 here, and we just lost a whole bunch of people. Then it was like we lose 1 or 2, then we lost like 10, and then it kept like diminishing that way. I think that's when I started saying to myself, you know what, competition's narrowing. I think I might have a chance to win this, and we better start prepping. So I started like kind of planning out which games had basically easy ones, like just press start, the achievement pops, or get the level 1 and stuff like that. So my profile was littered at that time with a ton of games where it was just 1 or 2 achievements for pops, solely just for the purpose of leapfrog. So with the 66.2% completion, it's been a journey. Backtracking like crazy. So thanks for pointing that out, CJ.
I don't. It's not a knock. I don't talk to people with anything over 66%, so they're a waste of time. These completionists. But it's so funny, like, because none of us are completionists. I think that's fair to say, or whatever. But and I don't know the Xbox as well, obviously, as the PlayStation. But none of the top players are. And I'm just looking through your card here. You have no qualms about playing a game for like 10 minutes and then fucking it off, do you?
Yeah,
it's impressive.
I don't care.
I like that.
The game sucks. It sucks. I'm not wasting time on it.
Yeah, I like 0 degrees, like 1 achievement. Like that must have taken you the whole of about 30 seconds. So that's impressive. What's the TAD like on a game like that? Yeah, I can imagine Rogue just gritting his teeth when he sees things like this. A little mouse encyclopedia. I think that's a negative TAD at this point, isn't it?
It's got to be. Yeah, if you look at my recently played games, I mean, I hear it all the time, right? Like, what's this guy doing? Little mouse encyclopedia, like you said, it's for a complete game is only 42 TAD. So I mean, 0 to 1 hours to complete, but I get 42 TAD out of it. I mean, that's huge.
You can see why his team didn't perform last year.
Oh, here we go. We're gonna go back to that. You know what? There was a comment made in regards to into my team last year, and saying, did you see the results of them last year? It was a post that was just made actually tonight on TA, and they made a reference to that, and it's funny because
who made this post?
It was Messy Lover, your friend Messy Lover 449.
Oh yeah.
He made a post and he basically said, something about scoring and stuff like that, and we're gonna win and all this stuff, and one of my ex-teammates made the comment about me being on the team and saying, not with Irish on the team or whatever. Did you see his performance last year?
Which teammate was that?
That was Triple Triad.
Was it Triple Triad the one that we had in the very first episode of the podcast that was a big man and dropped Triple Elite?
No.
Right.
No, I don't
I was
think
going to
so.
say, he shouldn't talk shit when we literally took him out the game. Week 1 of a competition.
Nah, he's not talking shit. I think it was a
Wasn't him.
bit tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah, he was joking. He had to have been joking. He made reference to it. He's a good guy, man. Those guys on my team last year, they're all good guys. They're real good guys. So
Except
mean-
the one that was the cheater, and the other one that uses the trainers to cheat on computer games. That was on your team last year.
here we go. See, I don't know any of this stuff. You brought it up briefly with me in chat one time, but I don't know anything about their gaming history or whatever, man. I just pick up a controller, I game. I don't play the politics. I'm not someone that's going to go and spend time making videos mocking
don't
other
play
people,
politics?
calling other teams.
Your
No.
entire fucking friends list was baying for blood last week. Like, you telling me I don't have a lot of friends on the console? You had 800 people
Don't.
fucking spamming the show.
Oh, Irish! I love it when the provocator plays victim. It's so wonderful, isn't it? The man stroking the player for views. Well, look, which he did. He did exceedingly well. One of you pushed this show because it sure as hell wasn't me. But look, I'm probably the only one here not having a go at you, Irish. I have no problem. In fact, I'm looking further down your
You
list.
should have a
We're
go
very
at him. He's
similar.
not even Irish. He's Canadian.
Oh, no, Rogue.
Okay. Okay. The fake Brit making comments like that to me.
I'm Irish. I was born in Kilkenny.
There we go.
I do want to ask though, was this a last minute formation of the team? Because Rogue sold it as we're just having a bit of fun. It's 4 hours beforehand. Is that how it went down, sir? Was it a real last minute inclusion for you?
Yeah, I wasn't planning on doing team at all. No intention, not even a thought. Actually, believe it or not, I had ass planting because I accidentally signed up for the team and team side as well as individual side. I like supporting the GTASC. I didn't plan on winning solo. There was I score. I don't preload. I don't do all that type of stuff. And I messaged him saying, "Could you please remove me from the team side?" I swear to God, the same day. And he said, "Yeah, sure, no problem." He sent me a message, "No problem, okay, done," or whatever type of thing. Confirmed. He removed me from the team side because I was actually getting messages, "Irish, you want to join our team? Do you want to join our team?" And I was like, "No, I'm not looking to participate on the team side." So with that being said, it was just before the cutoff. They messaged me, and not their first choice. And they messaged me asking me if I wanted to join the team. I told them basically I had no intentions of doing it, but if you guys want to add me, I score. And that's what I do. And basically the same thing I said to my team last year. And they said, "Yeah, if we can talk more if you'd like. Can you join the party chat type of thing?" And I was busy at the time, and I just said, "You know what? Screw it. Let's talk. Let's see what's going on." And
hang on. That wasn't exactly how it went down. That wasn't exactly how it went down. Like this here.
Okay.
The message was sent, and he said, "I can't right now. I'm busy. I'm talking to I'm dealing with the kids."
Yep.
Mephisto goes, "It's about the GTASC." 3 seconds later, without a message or nothing, he was already there, and he was like, "Yeah, I want to join your team. Of course, I'll join your team."
Nobody's even asked me.
Ran like his ass was on fire.
No one's even asked me.
And 10 weeks on, how much do you regret that decision now, sir?
My head hurts. I lost brain cells.
Yeah.
I mean, if you had to listen to some of the Discord chats and some of the things that he puts up with, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, and then just not even to mention his Twitch chat, that would cause you to lose brain cells.
Oh, it's true. I do take a bashing in the Discords, and I don't know why. I mean, I don't even know these people that come at me. So, I mean, hey, what's up, guys?
I'll be listening.
I know you'll be listening. Trust me.
I don't know
you're gonna
what
be
you've done to
listening.
them because they're all really good members of society. I mean, there's that one guy who's that good a member of society. He wears masks inside and outside, and when he's alone. He's an absolute weapon. He's 6'4" and has a mask on 24/7 to protect everyone in, I think it's Northern Ireland. He should be put up for an award.
You're really narrowing it down here,
He
aren't
should be
you?
put up for an award. The Queen should put him in his honours. A birthday honours. He's a hero of our time.
Now, look, speaking of the Queen, I'm conscious that we're 15 minutes in and it sounds like we've dropped Paddy faster than Prince Andrew and the royal family here. Paddy, is there something you can throw in here for us?
What,
Are you still alive there?
Regarding Irish on the team?
Oh, shit.
Or regarding Rogue?
Ooh. Oh, I think the oh shit really opened the door there.
Or anything that's been going on the last 2 weeks while I've just been strolling along, watching the madness that happened from the last podcast.
Eating your popcorn.
Yeah, basically.
Paddy, the enemy of the
I'm
state.
just glad that you took the mantle, Irish, because the shit that I used to get off Rogue, it's quite nice seeing it deflected at somebody else and being able to laugh alongside.
Paddy was a bad teammate too. Paddy was a bad teammate.
I was a bad
No,
teammate.
he was
I
not.
was never a
He
bad
was.
teammate, mate.
I mean, a real team shouldn't have to go private midway through the week.
We never have.
There was threats.
There's always threats.
There was threats yesterday to Irish.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that's funny. Funny
And
times.
regarding the gentleman with the mask, is he training for something? With his
I
mask
think
on?
he's training to be a deep sea diver.
A DC diver, right? Okay. Because he plays a lot of PC games, so he must be training for something.
Yeah, I got that. Someone's training somewhere here.
Yeah, someone's doing something
I don't know
dodgy.
if it's the guy with the mask, but there's a few. There's a few training, I think.
No, laughs aside.
And we know who you are.
Yeah, laughs aside.
Yeah,
it's
we
it's
know.
good to see Irish on a team that might, and I say might is in like a small might, do something in the GTASC.
He
It's
came
it's
second
shame-
last year.
Yeah, I know, but second's nothing,
He had
is it? Really?
Polygon on his team.
I'm going to speak the truth. Being second is nothing, is it? Come on.
No.
There's only two people here that have come first in TAD.
Well, that's like a guy, kind of claiming he's good at something, finishing 50th and wearing a mask. I mean,
Yeah.
Look, mate, leave Denzel Washington alone. He was brilliant in training day.
I will say one thing: from doing leapfrog myself, it's much harder than doing GTASC.
Yeah.
Much harder.
It is.
So I have full
Of
respect
course
for
it'd be harder.
what
You put up
Irish did.
60k in a comp.
It's got nothing to do with putting anything up on the comp. With
And then the
Leapfrog.
second year, you had Redemption Carrier.
We all did.
we all had
I mean,
redemption carriers.
I
That was
didn't have
great.
Redemption carry me. I put Redemption on the team.
You did nothing.
oh.
I did
You
the
played
legwork.
legal, yeah.
I did.
Have you picked out Redemption's stitching in the name there on your jacket yet, Rogue?
No, I just put sticky tape over it.
Okay. Look, why do we move towards it a little, Caddy? We got you speaking, so we'll stick with it for a moment. How's your, you sort of sit back there and you're like, they might have a chance or whatever else. Meanwhile, I see again tonight you're ahead of them. You're always ahead of them. Let's be honest, it's not hard. Obviously for you, is this still just fun for you? Like, who's carrying your team? Is it you?
100% fun. We take it in turns to score on my team, other than two names who does absolutely nothing. Me and a gentleman called Four, we just game. Nothing's been sort of planned out. We don't go for preload. We don't go for badges.
How could you were playing level 50 in Surgeon Sim?
Because it's got loads of TA. It's not preload.
I should have joined that team.
Yeah, I could have popped that. I could have popped that this week if I really wanted to.
No, you couldn't.
No, I'm not even at 25 rogue, so that's why. Go look at my,
Jump,
I
send
haven't got it
send a
preload.
message to the fella with the mask and find out where the trainer is.
To be honest, with you, I don't even know.
You don't need.
The only training I can do is at a gym, and I don't even do that.
How far are you going to last, Paddy? When he's
What
out?
in GTASC?
Yeah.
I would give myself. I could easily go out this week if we stop scoring because
Yeah.
cut-offs at the moment's probably 10, maybe 11,000 TA.
Yeah,
And
it's pretty high.
we're sat at probably 7.5, and we've
And
got
Irish is
another.
playing 0 games for our team. Zero
Yeah,
achievement games.
I did see that you were
George, you're
streaming
welcome.
last night. A
welcome.
preview
Man of
game.
the people.
Mr. Scorer over here.
I'm still a better team player than Padeye.
Ooh.
He sacrificed his final and made himself look like a bitch to get the team to win the first year.
Jesus Christ.
He dropped all of his points in the semi-finals.
You told him to.
That's what I mean. I'm defending him.
Yeah, I know. I'm making it clear to everybody that was the plan.
Team captain, I have full control over the team. If I tell you to do something, you do it.
I don't know about that.
So you Irish, you need to find out how to get these ear masks.
I just want to go back to you asking me to drop all of my preload the previous week in the semi-finals. So
What?
you're
Did you
saying
win
that
the
I
comp?
dropped? Yeah,
Did you win the comp?
I did win the comp, but what
Man's an animal.
what I'm trying to say is you're trying to say that I dropped all my preload, but I still only ended up with 30,000 less than you in the last week. So where was your preload?
I didn't need a preload. I put the team together.
We all had to drop a little bit in that semi-week. A little bit.
Yeah.
But you dropped a heap. You dropped pretty much everything, I think. Pretty much.
Yeah, that
you two, right?
Well, that,
Because he's
that
a man- he's a
final-
man-
that
he's a team
final
player.
week was
He's a team player.
You said he wasn't.
You quiet, you.
Yeah.
So has there been any close calls for any of you at the moment, or is it smooth
Right now.
sailing?
Rogue.
Yeah.
I almost got knocked out last week at solo. So I was at the tennis. I had a big sign. I had a big sign directed at one of our rival teams at the tennis the other day. I don't know if anyone saw it.
What did you say?
During the Argentina versus who was it? Argentina. It was. I can't
Who's
think
the
of the
guy named
fucking...
that?
It was a big game as well. It was fucking. Oh, hang on, carry on. I'm gonna figure out what game it was.
He doesn't even know where he is.
Completely. ATP Cup.
Who's the sign aimed at, Rogue?
A team that have less according to them has less preload than us.
Right,
Which is everybody, according to them.
It was Schwartzman. It was Schwartzman versus.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Fuck's sake! This is so
Doesn't sound
awkward.
like a big game.
And this is why my brain hurts.
Yeah.
Cipitas. I knew it was a big game, and I knew it was two players who were really good players. It was Schwartzman versus Cipitas, the Greek player.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the sign there on the front row, just on the side.
Say that 3 times fast.
What was the sign, Rogue? Because obviously
Nobody
watched
saw
that
it.
random tennis game.
That was quite a big game.
The big game.
It said, Jimbot can't score.
It was an
I
Easter
got a few
egg.
looks.
It was
I
an
got a
Easter
few
egg.
looks at the tennis, but then I was like, "Fuck off! Don't be speaking to me with your COVID."
It's very... So look, we touched on preload. I think you wanted to go there, Meth, or whatever. I know Irish is not a fan of it. I obviously on the PlayStation side, it's not huge at all. In fact, this is what I reward you with, Irish. All these competitions are about choosing the right partners. Commiserations for who you chose this time, obviously, but they might carry you. But this whole concept of preload, we've been in it before. It's massive. I have a friend on the PlayStation side who thinks it's total bullshit. I tend to agree. It's sort of like a child trying to play an adult's game, I suppose, prepping or something like in this fashion. But where are we going with this, Meth? You said there's a blog or something. There's a general view or something.
Yeah, well, the aforementioned Jimbot has been doing a lot of GTASC blogs, and we talked about his blogs before because he's doing the power rankings blogs, and this was just an extension of that. It's he's done power rankings again, but with this one he's taken a bit of a look at people's preload numbers. So obviously, without being in your own team, you're not going to know the exact number. So he's got a range, and there's some interesting little points that I'd like to get everyone's views on. First of all, what I want to ask is, I already know a few of your views, but this bloggy did. He only decided to count preload numbers from the start of the competition, which is fine. And that's when we formed as a team. That's when we started preloading. But those guys, Jimbot's team, have been preloading for a lot longer than that. So I think that is a little bit dodgy. What do you all think about that?
It's not dodgy. You just didn't announce it.
Well, he was strategic in the wordplay, right?
That's right.
I mean, everyone knows
very strategic.
The curly-haired Scotch fella has 2 years worth of preload. I can't go through his fucking name. It's all fucking numbers and jumbled up letters.
There's no numbers, but anyway.
It's all jumbled up shit, isn't it?
That screwed his team over last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I thought.
Maybe we'll get lucky 2 years in a row then.
Maybe we need to message him. Say, hey.
Tell him to be on our team next year.
That's it, you know.
Matthias Anderson.
That's it. Good old Matthias. So
just before you go down this line, I have to ask, how do you calculate someone's preload? How is he doing that?
Well, there's tells. There's a lot of, if you know what you're looking for, it's not too hard. Because obviously you know the big preload game. So if a person started that and popped up to a point, you know, well, they have to have some other stuff done. Like you just know, like, and also there's trackers, so you can see, well, if something's tracking, which tend to be the better achievements to preload because you can track it yourself very easily, and they've got the tracker at 90% on whatever, really high up, you know, well, that's ready to pop at any time. Like there's stuff that is hidden. Like
you can look at like for examples, because look at I Am Fish. That a particular person in this call has preloaded, who's supposedly not preloading. MadeyePadeye.
Yeah, I've got like 3 achievements in I Am Fish.
Or like a particular person who's meant to have thousands of preload.
I just thought if
has
you could do I
17
Am Fish, I
points
could do
in
it.
Descenders. You could tell that person doesn't have Descenders preloaded.
Well, you know from the decay that you're getting at the moment, Skatebird is one.
yes, Skatebird is one. Everyone jumped on that very recently. Like,
well, all the good teams didn't jump on
True.
it. They gradually use it.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. So that's right.
I mean, no way questioning the Sir's wonderful knowledge of the Xbox, but I see there's 135 teams left, each made up of 3 people.
Correct.
We're 10 weeks in, so strategically, the best use of this Sir's time is to go through everyone's profile for the last 10 weeks and see what they've been playing.
Well,
look, I love the Xbox. You have no games at all, do you?
He didn't go through everyone's, to be fair, but he went through the 10 people that he's got. The 10 teams in the top of the power rankings, which is fine because they're the teams he's expecting to do well. So he's got them at like between 70 to 135,000 preload at this point, which I think, okay, it's clearly probably closer to 200k at this point. But he did put the caveat in of, you know, since the comp started, which is fine. They've easily got over 200k, which is okay. We're well aware.
I like this Jimba guy. He gave me credit. He gave me up to 25,000 preloaded.
Did give you 25,000.
That's how good it is. That should tell you. If Jimbot's right, we'll win the comp. Because he's got 25k preloaded. He's basically won the comp for us.
He gave me credit for 25k. I'm going to take this guy out to dinner at Quiznos.
Oh, no. Okay. You didn't. Sorry.
But did you... But...
What?
I've got nothing.
Okay, good. He's got us between 70 and 155,000. So if we're at the top end of that range, he thinks we have more than them at this point since the comp started, which I think is probably fair. I think we probably, if it was just day one, we probably do have more than the 3 of them. But clearly, Clue Scroll and I would say so. But clearly,
You haven't finished any preload. You've preloaded every game on the Xbox, but haven't finished a single boost.
I finished Skatebird.
Just a heads up. I'm not a preload master here, but bean diving does not count as preload.
No, it does not.
I was just looking at your profile, sir, and if you finished everything on your profile, it would seem like you have 500,000 in preload here, but you know.
You just gave away my preload.
Our big strategy is this, CJ. Our big strategy is this. In final week,
I like the pause there for effect. This is going to blow our
What
minds.
we're going to
isn't it?
do is
on the
this.
fly.
In final week, we may even do this earlier in the comp. I'm not sure yet. But in final week, we're going to add 40,000 accounts
Oh no, not this again.
to
Oh, here we go.
to the Magister and make it an 800,000 TA game, and win the comp off that without scoring an achievement. That's
So
our strategy.
That's what I'm doing on the side. Instead of preloading achievements, I'm preloading accounts.
Oh my
We're going to
god.
show how to manipulate true achievements.
Yeah, but anybody counteracting that, it's only like a 60-hour game. You can do that in final week.
Yeah, but if we do that if we add all these games on the Saturday,
Yeah, but you just told everybody your plan. So everybody
good job.
listening, go out and do whatever game Rose just said.
they'll go and start that game, be shit at that game, and push my ratios up.
We're not
If
doing
you
that.
finished it, it's not hard.
Yeah, we're not doing that. Making the executive decision.
Correct.
You need
I'm
to
not
go-
no part of that.
Go off and play pure champions. I'm just having a look through Jim's.
Yeah. I'll keep going
played.
because it's going to take all show if I don't keep going. He's got I'm not going to go through every team, but he's got everyone below 60 from here on out, which is half of what he thinks we've got and they've got. But I think he's underestimated a lot of these teams down.
He hasn't
Yeah.
actually done probably 6 or 7 teams on the list, because no way in this world
No.
teams have got between 0 and 3,500 points.
I haven't looked at any of these teams' tags exactly, but I'm pretty sure Nutty Ray has more than 15,000. Just knowing him from comps, what I do know, there's no way he's just sitting on 15k. So
And Oriole doesn't have 3,500.
no, Oriole doesn't preload at all. Vicious and Delicious clearly preloading. Maybe they have around that 33,000 or 30,000 mark that he's got them for, but they're clearly preloading hard. They started Worms Rumble and they're doing Surgeon Sims, and so they're clearly preloading for the
I don't
end
know if
game.
Worms Rumble was a good example by you for us to do, by the way.
No, it's way too long.
I've put 600 hours into the game, and I'm level 26. I can't even stop and get preload anymore.
Whatever you guys suggest to me, please don't anymore. Please don't.
They
Tell
are
me
too long.
Descenders. Oh, Irish, play Descenders. Oh, the DLC's easy. Don't worry. Just do Descenders. I can't do that shit. All right? I don't play that game. I don't play BMX bikes. I don't play skateboarding. You tell me play skateboard or skateboard. Then I start playing skateboard. You gave me shit that I could be preloading them, and I said I'm scoring. What's the problem? So I just dropped that game.
Look, I'll give you some slack because it was Descenders. Because whatever his name is, Letters hasn't got it preloaded. Clue Scroll hasn't got it preloaded, so you don't have to preload it. Your job is to cover Clue Scroll's preload. You have to cover him.
Okay,
That's your job.
That guy's breaking the TAD record. You know that.
No, Irish Warrior's going to break the TAD record.
Well, years ago,
I just told him that's his job. And
Yeah.
as team captain, you
Yeah.
follow your cap. You do. You're a good soldier, and you do what your commander tells you.
Yeah, you told me Descenders, flop. You told me, what is it? I am fish. Okay, that shit's bullshit.
It's bullshit.
If you cannot
That's
fly your
bullshit.
fish through a fucking airport, what the fuck are you doing?
Why are you giving me these garbage games to play? And then you said to us, maybe it wasn't you, but someone said, let's do Worms Rumble.
That was me.
Oh my god.
Against all these fucking monsters. I couldn't believe it.
It's okay, boys. It's all right.
I popped I didn't. Well, it was not even preload, but it was like I popped like a 15 ratio achievement because I actually won a game. That's how brutal Worms is. Winning a game is like a 13 ratio achievement. This is the game that Mephisto's told us to play.
It's okay.
Fucking mental. These people are like literally no life mask wearers.
You should see the level 50s in Worms Rumble. Oh my god, they are brutal. You can't beat them. You just can't.
Just flying all over the place.
I've never seen anything like it. I've never been in a game where I feel like I can do nothing. Like, you get the same weapons and stuff as them, and I can't do anything. Like, they're just too good, some of those people.
They're just bouncing completely off the wall and swarming with magic robots.
It's mental. It's mental. But yeah, sorry. That's about all I really wanted to say about the blog. I do want to do one final point. do want to give Jimbot a bit of credit because he's putting himself out there with these blogs, and obviously, maybe not publicly, but there are people messaging him privately about him, and he's getting a few bits and pieces wrong. And it does take a little bit of, Dutch courage to put it, out there, his opinions out there. And, for teams that are actually trying, it's a good little light read, and it's a bit of fun. And I hope he does continue them, because obviously we're talking about him on the show, so we're getting a little bit of content out of him, and we get a bit of a chuckle and a bit of a, yeah, okay, looking into it kind of stuff. And it's back when we were competing, Rogue, there wasn't really anybody doing anything like that. So for that, I do give him credit. And obviously, the guy can score, even though your sign said he can't. He clearly can.
We've seen it first hand, haven't we, Meth? We've been on a team with Jimbot, me and you.
We have.
I don't know if Rogue really knows about this, but we've been on a team with Jimbot before.
We didn't really have much communication, which I kind of regret now, but I might know him a bit better now.
The thing is, we didn't really need that much communication, did we? We just went off and smashed.
That's right. It was, yeah. That was what? Gamer Score League or something.
2017? I can't even remember what year it was, but it was. We did it off another sister, well, not a sister site, a different site.
Yeah.
Than TA, but that was an interesting.
Wasn't that on the? It's not really a sister site, isn't that the site that?
That's what I meant. I recorrected
was done by
myself.
the guy that got kicked off of TA because he called up the TA and abused him, and then abused another person for.
No, you're thinking of my gamer card or some crap like this.
Isn't that the one that had that leak?
No,
this
360 voice.
I think, right? No,
it
wasn't even 360 voice. It was free. What is now is 360. It's Xbox achievements now. I think it used to be 360A. When you see loads of people with 360A in their gamer tag, they're old school people from there, because basically that site used to be better than TA. It was never like tracking and such, but if you ever needed a guide or anything like that site used to be. Yeah, that site used to do what TA's guides and that lot do now. And you could go. They used to have forums. They used to have competitions and etc. on there. But they're still up and running. But they just don't have the structure on the website as good as TA.
Yeah.
Obviously, they don't have the TA difference setting. It is literally. I mean, Orish, you might like it. It's just gamer score. There's no bullshit. There's no, you play this game because it's got a higher ratio. Who cares? I don't.
Those ratios, it's funny because Gamerscore is it's issued by Microsoft or by Xbox, okay? It never changes. It doesn't fluctuate. It doesn't, it's permanent. You get that Gamerscore. I don't care if it's an easy game or hard game or whatever. You get the Gamerscore, it's yours. Can't be taken away. But yet,
unless it's Rayman Fiesta Run.
Yeah, they did take away gamer score.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they did.
I don't know about that. But but to my point, with TA, people's throwing your face or whatever. Oh, you play baby games. Oh, my ratio is higher than you. I only play hard games and stuff like that. That shit, and it's made up from make believe numbers. It's whatever your gamer score minus the TA value of that. So how many people are playing it from the site, not worldwide, but from the site. And then you're going to throw that in someone's face about your ratio. I mean, I don't know. I to each their own. I don't judge people.
Just so everyone who's listening knows what the deal with the TA is, because some people don't listen. Some people listen to the podcast and don't know. TA is like, have you seen TA ratio? I should say. Have you seen that meme of the people at the party and they're all partying up and down, having bits of chats, and then there's one random guy in the corner and he's like, "Well, I have a TA ratio of 4." Why there's like 3 other people making out on the table and like doing jello shots off women's chests, and he's in the corner and he's like, "Yeah, well, I have a 4 ratio.
The rogue
That's
fantasy
TA
one.
ratio."
Yeah.
Sitting in the corner by itself like Billy No Mates.
Yeah.
But
of course.
The thing about that though is like you can't win. If I had a high ratio, they'd be shitting on me about my gamer score. Oh yeah, your gamer score is only 400 and something thousand. I have 1 million. It's like you can't win. You can't win. People
it's the one thing TA has added is you can game how you want to game. If you want to go for ratio, fair play, go for ratio. But don't then have a go at someone that only goes for gamer score who's got a 1.1 ratio. because clearly that's what they want to do. I know it's the
Exactly.
internet and people are horrible, and unfortunately, some people just have to be the bigger person and say, look, fuck them. I don't care what they think of me, which is I know what you do, Irish. You just don't care. I
Yeah,
know,
I don't
obviously,
care.
deep
I don't
down,
give a
it's
shit.
got to hurt a little bit, you know. You can't have all this shit thrown at you and it not hurt. But in the end of the day, fuck them. You play the way you want to play. They play the way they want to play. It's like here in the UK at the moment and across the world with vaccinated, unvaccinated. You don't see many people that are vaccinated saying, "Oh, you idiot, you aren't vaccinated." But you see all the people out there going, "I'm not
Unless
vaccinated."
you're the Australian government.
You idiot. Why are you
Fucking
vaccinated?
that wanker
It's
Novak
choice.
off.
It's in the end. Yeah, wow, that's funny. That's a different story.
Oh, Novaks.
Well, he knew the shit before he came into the country. He just tried to
I mean,
blag.
he's just a knob, isn't he? He's just a knob.
Yeah, but he's a knob in general now because
Yeah, he's always been a knob.
Well, no, he's been arrogant because he's the best.
He's not.
And you can't be the best.
He's not the best.
without
Federer's
being
the best.
a little.
Federer shits all over him.
At the moment, he is the best. Federer's not the best anymore because he was the best. And then there's always someone that comes over and takes over you. And he's just got the attitude of a stinky fish. He just thinks he's better than everybody else in the world. And at the end of the
You
day,
really battered that up, sir.
yeah. But it's just weird. It's just everything in life. There's always someone's got to shit you down. It doesn't matter who you are. If there's someone better than you, there's someone better than you.
Yeah.
You know, there's going to be, and when you are better, at some point there is going to be someone better than you, and they're going to take you down. It's just play how you want to play.
I want to deviate slightly because we were sort of moving towards decay there for a second, and like I know you talk like loosely about some players play for ratio, gamer score, whatever. People are going to invent whatever system they need to feel like they're competitive or whatever. Gamer score is the only system that matters, as we all know. The way we play or whatever else. But these people that have had through birth or genetics a small gamer score, they can't do anything about that. They have to live with it, so they invent ratios, they invent all this other crap. Well, whatever. But the e-penis is a valid, member. You have to work to get that size and swing Irish. You got 1.5 million gamer score there. But what I want to touch on is we're all used to the numbers going vertically up, right? We're chasing the gamer score or whatever. So we're not worried about this decay in the way that we normally play. I've noticed it a little bit now in this event, obviously, because this is where it's sort of coming to, as you said, Paddy, I think whichever game it was, Skatebird, to have suffering a big decline or whatever else. It's unusual for me to have to worry or deal with this stuff now, and potentially you're losing. Again, the PlayStation numbers are way smaller than the Xbox. 3,000 or 5,000 is a big score for the week. So if you lose 500 or 600 overnight, that can be substantial. Especially if you lose it 3 or 4 nights in a row. So how are you guys coping with that decay thing? Are you just because as I said, none of us are used to that. Are you sort of conscious of it, or are you just pushing ahead and hoping it doesn't hit you?
Well, we have to be conscious of it, or you'll put yourself in such a bigger hole, you won't be able to get out of it. If you're playing new stuff like day one, you're in big trouble probably. So we are copping some decay at the moment from primarily Skatebird, but other teams are also dealing with that. So
Tony and Clyde was another big one.
Tony and Clyde, but we didn't do that too early, at least. We didn't
do it at all.
Well, I have now, but just so I had to do it to match up last week for the bonus. But yeah, you've got to be conscious of it. But the way we're playing, you don't really need to worry about it too much because it's because we're avoiding the new stuff.
It doesn't even matter if you go out this week, then you're just a fuckwit.
Well, teams are going out this week.
Teams are going out. If you're in the competition to try and make it past quarterfinal weeks and you're going out now, you're a fuckwit.
You've screwed up big time. You've made a big mistake.
You're like the guy in the GTASC forum that was like, well, I think you should just auto pop bonuses if you're going to get knocked out. Why? Because you were too much of a fuckwit to check.
Oh, did you get that as well? I thought that was a PlayStation only gripe, but that was on the Xbox too.
Yeah, we had one guy on there the other day, Mephisto.
It was probably the same dude.
Mephisto was very rude in regards to him.
The thing is, if you're popping bonuses now, you're not in it to win it.
Unless, something happens. You might need to pop one if you.
I had someone say to me yesterday. you need to drop. We should pop preload this week to survive. And I was like, if you're gonna pop preload this week to survive, or drop bonus this week to survive, I'll just go private. Because if you're doing that there now, you're not even worth being in the comp.
Yeah, but
You're
on the flip side,
everyone's time.
There's nothing sweeter than knowing somebody who gets knocked out and they had bonuses that they didn't use, and they were saving them, and then the line moved overnight or something.
Yeah, but bonuses or whatever.
Out.
I mean, we've won comps where we haven't used bonuses.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, not everyone's going to win Rogue. Some people need them. To be part of the event, you need people there, Rogue, so you can have an event. Obviously.
Well, maybe we should just be like PlayStation and have 8 people and lose half a person.
Well, look, there's that's right. Well, really, there's one team and then there's 7 other followers or whatever else. But everyone is valid.
The other.
Nobody is valid.
So will I, sir.
You only need 1 bonus, Irish.
Yeah. I don't preload. I need bonuses.
No, your bonuses, you're on the gankers.
Oh.
Avocation to climb, thank you very much.
It's got gankers in brackets.
I know.
Otherwise, you'd have been asking me or CJ to be on your team if it was Avocation to climb. But neither of us got an invite. You just said, "Oh no,
you two are already on fucking teams."
Yeah, Irish wasn't.
You jammy bastard. Fuck off out of here!
No, you fuck off.
I'm putting a vote, CJ. I want to evict Paddy from the fucking podcast.
No, he's fine.
War Peace guest welcome.
If you cut him off any more times, he'd lose his head anyway. So
I'm just being polite.
Oh Jesus, fun times.
One of the funny things is, like you were saying about that Jimbot and his blog or whatever, I mean, there's so much of a sense of community on the Xbox side. Obviously, it's that site as well. It's funny you mentioned that bonus guy. It's probably a different guy, but as I say, that's the only comment that's been in 10 weeks on the PlayStation side is this one guy has been ranting about the bonuses should be auto because he fucked himself over or something. I don't know. So anyway, that would have saved him from himself, I suppose. But there's no communication at all, on that site. And it's so funny to hear the lack of respect you have for each other is why you obviously need to tell each other what to play. Whereas opposed to my team, we have like maybe a message at the start of the week going, yeah, we'll do the bonus. I don't understand the bonus because sometimes the bonuses are weird, like this 142. God knows what's going on with that thing. So, but that's basically it. And then last night, and this, I'm sure you'll like this, Irish. It goes to picking better teammates next year when you do this again. Last night, I was like, I think that's right. I think we need to win both bonuses, the top trophies and the top difference for this week. Now, I'm not going to do that because I'm going to continue playing Final Fantasy 14, of which there's no achievements. You'd understand that, Irish. But I was like, so I sent a message saying, let's not worry about the bonus, but the overall weird bonus. Let's go for the other 2 bonuses. We'll win them. Anyway, I got a message back this morning from my 2 Japanese friends. Dear friends, yes, that sounds like a great idea. I wake up, they've dropped 10,000 TA difference and about 1,500 trophies overnight. So that's the sort of people. All I needed to do was just tell them that we should win. And so now that I know that, I'll continue to sit in the back. So Paddy, as
you're going to be like the rogue of your team.
Well, I basically am.
If it was the rogue of their team, they'd all go and do a boost, and Rogue would do the boost by himself.
True.
And then no one else would finish the game.
Oh, I'm glad you realise you do that because you do that all the time.
Well, it's like this here. None of you are worth my time. It's like every other team in the competition. No one in this competition can beat me. Only I can beat me. Because it's not a competition. It's me versus myself. That's what I could never lose.
Sure.
Because I am the best.
I'm not sure. But anyway.
See, I'll take you up on that point, Meth, because you guys have some weird Stockholm syndrome going on with Rogue. Like, if it was on the PlayStation side, it would have been tossed to the curb and fucking slaughtered for jelly or whatever months ago, years ago, perhaps, or whatever else. But
if I was on the PlayStation side, I'd be a 6-time winner. I'd be a 6-time winner after a teammate killed me in suicide.
I'm fully conscious this is the gravy train that I'm riding here. This will be a one-time gravy train because you're not going to carry someone again in this event. So I'm milking it for all it's worth.
No,
so I think that's what's
CJ,
going on.
what you've got to do is look at anybody else that's doing the GTASC on the trophy side, whatever it's stupidly called, and see people that are not in your team now that are kind of trying, and then start messaging them saying, hey, next year, save all your stuff and we'll team up. I'll just go back to back with you guys next year.
I'll tell you what I'll do for you, CJ.
Get your next team organised.
I'll jump on PlayStation and I'll send a few messages out and be like, listen, hear me now. Next year, you quit that there team, you come over here, and we'll get the job done. And then when push comes to shove, I won't turn up.
It's the rogue method.
And you'll walk straight into the title.
I'll probably have to pay you some sort of fee for using that sort of a method, though, won't I?
I assume you're a Swans member, so just give me Swans. I need Swans tickets to round 1 and then round 2, just in case Buddy doesn't kick the goals in round 1.
Jesus.
So look, we've been laughing. It's all fun and games, Irish, but they're obviously seriously trying to make a tilt for it. Are you feeling the pressure yet? I mean, like Rogues are laughing around or whatever, but has the hammer come down? Are you starting to feel the pinch now that you're required to step up?
No, I feel no pressure. Just like last year, same thing. I told them exactly what to expect from me.
Who's going to pressure him?
I'll deliver.
As I just said, there's no need to pressure. This man doesn't need to feel pressure. It's like this here, right? You've got a man here. He's 6'3", built like a Viking that's just walked off the Nordic shore. This man doesn't feel pressure.
No,
it's just a silly comp. Why is there pressure, really?
Should we fear retaliation in the form of a YouTube video from your trainer friend, sir? Is that where this is heading?
I don't think he's doing them anymore. I think somebody's put a gag on him. That mask just slipped right into the throat, like other things.
Maybe you can't get get down the bottle shop.
Maybe.
COVID restrictions.
I hope he brings them back, but we'll see.
I enjoyed the videos.
Yeah, he gave a shit, and I still kind of enjoyed them because it's just adds to the GTASC community.
Listen, anyone that makes an ass of themselves is pretty funny.
Yeah.
To be honest, I mean, come on. I was down.
Anyone that sleeps with a body pillow is an alright sort of guy by me.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Let's get him on the show.
Maybe him or the body pillow.
The body pillow would probably be better company.
You want to ask?
I don't know. I feel like you should probably wash the body pillow before it comes on the show.
We're going to be one of those podcasts that chases views by just ripping the shit out of someone more popular than us. I love it.
No, we have
we're not ripping into Smirnoff. Smirnoff's a good guy.
Yeah, for sure.
And his completion percentage is very, very good. I know TJ mentioned that anybody that's up there doesn't have a good completion percentage, but some of the top guys have really good. They have good.
Smirnoff and Redemption are beasts, though.
Yeah.
Smirnoff's Irish friend, so he's obviously a beast, and Redemption's a ganker. So of course they're going to be absolute beasts.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can imagine that you have so few games on the Xbox that to have 4 million gamer score, you would have to complete everything. You know, it's not like you have thousands and millions to choose from.
You want about repeated games?
Well, I'm just talking about games in general, you know. Like, you could probably play the catalogue within a year or two, so no wonder they finished everything.
I've been playing the catalogue for at least 8.5 years.
Yeah, but you play one trophy at a time, or one achievement at a time.
One game, I might get multiple trophies. I've got 42,933 trophies,
Whoa.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, well,
wow.
Easy,
Yeah.
CJ's Japanese mate did that last week.
Yeah.
You're going to come across to the dark side. That's right, that's right.
They do that on the train every morning to work.
That's right, that's right.
Riding the Shinkansen.
Yeah. Our 3 minute wonders. Look, why not? I say, why not? You need more of them, I think, on your side.
Just having a quick look. I've got 2 silvers and 30 bronze trophies.
You're not first, you're last.
Yeah. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, I've got to address that.
Yeah.
Address that elephant in the room, Meph. You have dropped out of the number 1 position. It's difficult to talk to you now. I have to say that. As a number 1 in Australia, I pass on my regrets to you. Don't know that you'll ever get it back, but you were there. You were valid for a time.
I was.
How does it feel now to be, thrown in the waste heap?
The inferior human being.
Absolutely gutted. Nah, it's in all seriousness. I knew.
Did you really get locked out of an account, or did you delete it?
No, I really did get locked out of my account for like about a day. That was story that doesn't need to be shared. That was a very stressful time. I don't know.
After he got his account back, it took him 2 days to get the bonus for this week. That's how reliable and a good teammate he is. It took him 2 days to get the bonus.
Bonus isn't particularly hard in this one, though.
I didn't even know if I was going to get my account back. That's how bloody scary it was. But you know,
I was
that's
ready to
all right.
go on vacation in April, but now I can't.
It's all right. I don't need to really talk into that. I stuffed up, and I could have avoided it all, and that's all right. But yeah, I do want to talk about Jeremy for a second because he deserves congrats. He's now the new number one. He's friend of the show. He's been coming for a long time. You know, scoring heavily as we did the numbers pretty much every show leading up, and with the GTASC, I can't really score the way I was. It's a different game, so he was always going to pass me during it. And
so will you overtake Jeremy in May?
It depends how far ahead he gets. I'm
looking
pretty
at
much
his current
saving.
pace, you should overtake him in April.
Well, the funny thing is,
overtake him during the comp.
I reckon by like April or May, Jeremy won't be number one. I think Eden will have him by then.
I see. He's right up under you. Yeah.
And Eden is faster than Jeremy and me and you. Eden's scoring crazily.
Who will be first by the end of the year?
That is a very interesting question because it really could be any one of the four of us.
And why is it Strayed Viper?
Well, there you got to throw that in too.
Sorry, people.
Oh my God.
He's say what you want about him. He's clearly can score in crazy fast. Whatever. He's going to be right up with all of us very soon. I don't know exactly where he's at, but obviously he scored nearly 1 million last year, I think, in the yearly stats in Australia. I saw he was number one and Eden number two.
Yeah, but to be fair, I didn't score any achievements for the last 3 months of the comp because I was doing work.
Yeah, that's right. It's
a hollow victory for them.
Yeah, Strayed Vipers on 959,145, and I think that's from like May, isn't it?
I'm not sure when it started.
He's shit.
Nah, he's shit.
He's shit. He's shit.
No, clearly the guy can score. So he's, by halfway through the year, if he does that again, he's not going to be too far away.
He'll be on 600k.
He won't be too far away. And yeah, it will probably be, by December, it'd be really interesting because obviously if Rogue wants to after GTASC, he'll be able to score heavily again, and I clearly will because that's what I like doing. And I don't think, with all due respect to Jeremy, I don't think he's going to have enough of a gap by May that's going to be like worrying to anybody. Like he's consistent.
He doesn't. But Jeremy doesn't enjoy gaming anyway.
He doesn't seem to enjoy it.
So I'm not really sure why he's going all out for this because he doesn't enjoy it.
Right now, he's number one. You don't get to number one in your country without deserving it. I don't think so.
Do we class the original Estru account as number one in Australia though?
Well,
because that's 2.2 million, and then Jeremy's not number one.
Very true.
He's fake
That's
queen.
It all depends on if you believe what happened or what went.
Yeah, I don't know enough about it.
That's neither here nor there.
It's because if you've got more
that account, if you look at the actual Xbox leaderboard for Australia, Estru would be number one because he won the PlayStation.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So until someone surpasses 2.2, 2.3, whatever he's at,
he's still number one. You think? Yeah.
Yeah.
I tend to agree with you, but the problem with your argument is TA is really the only site that tracks leaderboards properly, and they removed him.
TA's a fake. TA's wrong. I mean, we literally described a minute ago how if I had 40,000 accounts to TA,
but I'm not talking.
I could
I'm not talking about
account.
TA score. Just the gamer score leaderboards.
Yeah, but that's not everyone.
No, not everyone is on TA. But if you have a high gamer score, you're on TA.
I don't know. The people we versed in the Hall of Fame challenge.
They weren't high at that point, and they are now on TA.
Well, you would have found Mark Sniper, for example. If he was on, I don't think he was on TA at that point, was he?
What's his gamer score?
Exactly. Like 600k, 700k.
That's not high in today's
He's the 2022-2023 GTASC number 1 MVP. That's who he is.
That's an early call.
The man's already got 150k preloaded.
I heard a rumor today there's someone with more than that preloaded for next year.
Matthew Sanderson.
Nope. Someone else we have talked about on this show.
I believe someone else is higher.
Yeah.
Has a shit ton.
Someone we've talked about on this show.
I'll let you stew on that.
IrishWarrior022.
Yeah,
Mr. Preload.
I'm saving it for a real team.
Oh, I like Cruiseco.
All right, hang on. So wait, is there actually somebody?
I'm being serious.
That's been killing it.
Is it Messi Lover?
No.
But we're not here to play guessing games. I think just.
Is it Clue Scroll?
No, well, you might save his stuff. I don't know. He's got form. But anyway, another little thing I want to say, CJ, is I noticed in the Australian, gamer score leaderboard for last year, someone in 6th place. Do you know who that was?
I don't know. I'm scared to ask. Your love of the gaming community in Australia is making me nervous. Who is it?
Other than the 4 of us we always speak about and Esther's new account, you were in 6th place. Did you know that? For gaming score?
It's not much competition below you guys, is there?
Just shows you how easy it is in Australia.
That's right.
Jesus Christ!
I'm changing my region.
You still be below us.
I'm going back to my old region myself. I'm going back to
I would have
Colombia.
been in the top 10 for Australia if I changed my region. I didn't score anything last year.
No, you wouldn't, because you never. If you could score points, you would have scored points in that 2-week competition that we was in against Irish. You wouldn't have turned up a day before the final.
Yeah, but if you look at what I did in a day, fucking hell, I swept you under the carpet, didn't I, mate?
How
you played fucking silty on
how much
did you?
How much meth though? You might not have the numbers. How much was the difference though between 1st and 6th?
High because Straight Viper did 950k, like Paddy said. I don't have the exact numbers here. No, I probably should have been a bit more prepared, but
it'd be like 600.
Yeah.
We're always. I just found it interesting. Sorry, Paddy. We found it interesting that we're always talking about, me, Rogue, Eden, and Jeremy's scores, but you're quietly sitting there in, the 6th highest Australian. I thought it was very interesting. I wasn't expecting it.
I'm just waiting.
CJ doesn't need it. CJ's gonna be number 1 in Australia for PlayStation. He's gonna lead the Gankers to their first PlayStation win. He's then gonna come onto the Xbox side as on the Gankers 2 team next year, and he's trying to dominate that then when I'm not scoring.
How many Zidalon title updates am I going to need though for these TAD competitions?
Well, they're not that great for it.
I dropped Cruz Brothers today.
Yeah, Cruz Brothers was
got me some points.
You know what I'm really looking forward to, Meth, next year when they combine an Xbox and PlayStation board just for the yearly total, and they have the number 1 degenerate in Australia, because I think I scored like 1.2 million PlayStation points this year or last year, and then the 400,000 on the Xbox. I may be the top degenerate gamer in this country. I hope so. That's a claim to fame, isn't it?
If you're number 1 for trophies,
would he have beat out Estra? He had like 3 accounts to 1 million last year.
I don't know, actually.
Yeah, but I've only got 2 rooms of trophy slaves. How many has that guy got?
Depends how big his wallet is.
Oh, he's got the community at large working for him.
Isn't that most of the PlayStation side, though?
That happens at times as well, yes.
The former Australian number 1 was like that.
Well, yes, I think there was a situation.
On PlayStation and Xbox.
Yeah.
Maybe it was the same person. Maybe that was his account on PlayStation. Who knows?
Quite possibly.
Very possible.
If he found time to come away from his... I won't go into that.
We'll move away from that direction because I think that's getting a little dicey. So, guys, is there anything else you want to throw out? Please, by all means, direct it.
Irish?
You suck, Rogue. You can't score.
You can't fucking say that when he just said, who do you want to throw out? And I threw you out. You can't respond with me.
Why not?
Come on, man.
Why not? Fuck them all.
Is there a way?
Who do we want to throw out? Well... I tell you what, I would like to throw out. Oh, sorry. I was gonna say I like to throw out all these cheaters that are using computer games to pop achievements for them, which is a bit sort of dodgy as
Yeah.
fuck.
It is not.
I know. I have a question
Irish's former teammates.
because we touched so much on preload tonight. You're both getting like there's still 135 people left, so I don't think it's going to be any time soon. But I imagine it'll be in the next.
I actually have a topic.
You're next.
We actually never touched on
Yeah,
this.
we'll get to it in the next few weeks. I imagine it's going to happen though. You guys have done it before. You'll know when. If everyone's carrying some sort of preload, some more significant than others, when does the push start? Where people get a little bit antsy and start to go a little berserk. How many left does that usually start at? Where they start dipping in, and they have to because everybody else is starting to dip in, and it sort of runs the market. When does that happen?
I don't know if I worry about the preloads as much as like someone dropping a bunch of preloads, but the teams that aren't really in it to make an effort, there'll be like one or two guys on that team that before they go out, they want to go out with a bang and just drop a whole bunch of score. Obviously, inflating everyone else's scores, and that becomes a little challenging. They just try to survive the 1 week, and then next week know they're going out because they got no more gas in the tank, or they just don't want to participate no more. Those are the guys I worry about, the teams I worry about.
That's exactly what I meant. So when does that happen? Within the top 100 or much closer to the end for you guys?
Not quite yet, because there's still enough teams getting knocked out on a week-to-week basis that it's not too troublesome yet, if that makes sense. Because I'm not sure how many teams are getting eliminated this week. Maybe there's 12, 15 or something. So you can already see there's a couple of teams that have already kind of just given up. So but there are teams that are still fighting, but there's enough wiggle room at the moment that we don't have to worry about it too much. As long as we're well above that line, we're fine. I think there's not enough. There's still way too many teams to be worrying about people dropping the last minute preloads to overtake us. I think because need to be if it was right now, say there's a half an hour to go, we'd need like 50 teams to drop preload to pass us. There's not that many teams preloading. There's just not. There's a select group of 10 or so, maybe, I don't know, maybe a little bit more that are preloading. And so it's going to be when it gets down to maybe top 20, top 25, that's when you're really going to have to be,
careful,
watchful. Yeah, that's squeaky bum time.
I'm looking forward to following on when you get to there then. That'll be excellent.
We'll be there soon, hopefully. Well, not soon. We can't make it speed up.
Unless I put on my privacy settings.
True. Unless
Is that the same as PlayStation in that it would take you off the boards completely, or is this something else?
Yeah, that'll just take you straight off. Yeah.
So you can't compete then, can you? Don't they disqualify you?
No, it wipes Rogue out. I mean the team out.
Yeah.
You're going to tank them. I like it.
Could be a mole working for these Jimbot and these other guys.
Yeah, that Jimbot.
He seems to talk to Jimbot and all these other ones a lot. So maybe it's he seems to talk to all these mask wearers and Aaron lads and all these other people a lot. So maybe Irish is.
I like these guys. I have no issue with them. I just don't understand why they have an issue with me. That's it's simple. I have no issue with them whatsoever. But for some reason, they don't like me, and I don't know why. Yeah. That's not my fault.
I don't know why. It's not your stellar. It's not your stellar personality.
Oh, that's right. Jesus.
Hang on. I think we need to touch on last podcast for a moment.
Oh, do we?
We do, because Irish got a lot of flack last podcast. A lot of flack. Now, I'm not pointing any fingers at who did it. We all know who did it. Down, fella over in Coventry. Right. So, Irish. I think we should go over it basically like this here. 2 podcasts ago, we basically was talking about how we like to misdirect teams and that sort of thing. So we have the misdirection. Last podcast, we decided to play with that a little bit and see how many. Oh, how am I going to word this? Fuckwits believed it to be true.
Very, very good job.
I'm quite surprised just how many people fell for the whole Irish is this, Irish is that, Irish is the next thing. When the previous podcast literally was like, oh, what we'll do is we'll say Irish is this, Irish is that, Irish is the next thing, and see what happens. We had quite a number of messages, quite a number of views on the last podcast, etc. Irish had a lot of sort of flack. Irish had a lot of flack from former teammates who were also, cheaters.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
And all these sort of things.
You say that. I don't say that at all. You say that.
Oh, I don't say that there. The facts say that.
Yeah. You said that. And I mean, my teammates were good last year. I have no issues with them whatsoever. I was on that team. There's the understanding of why I was on that team, and I did exactly what was asked
Who
of me.
fucked over their team more, Irish Warrior or Cruise
Or
Crow?
Cruise Carl, clearly.
I didn't. How did I screw?
Exactly.
How did I screw over my team last year? I did exactly what.
Exactly. Who screwed over your team last year? Was it you,
No, I didn't.
or was it Mr. Goes on Holiday?
Yeah, that's the problem with last year's team.
Which one was it? Was it Irish? Who fucked over the team, Irish?
No,
Irish
don't
or
say
Holiday?
names. Irish, don't say anything.
Mr. Grandstaff.
Rogue.
Mr. I got banned for being a cheater Grandstaff. Or, hang on. Let's remember that one of Mask Guy posted his real name. Was it Jerry? Was it Jerry? Jamie? I don't know. Something like that. So, I mean, that's all I need to say, really. But, again, Irish had a lot of flack
He
last
did.
week. So, just let everyone know that the podcast in Irish is sweet. So the people sending me messages saying they're going to stab me in the sleep. Probably not a good idea. Because, like, I'll get Mephisto after you. And he's a violent son bitch. Australia's a small place, if you haven't heard. You look at you can fit 2 Australias in Texas.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. Yeah, we got no problem with you, Irish. You know that. You
Yeah,
knew
I
from
know.
the start. We do wish you preload a bit more, but you know,
He's
you're
a,
you.
he's
You're
a good
scorer.
fella,
That's
our
what it
Irish.
is,
He's a good
so-
fella. And a 2021-2022 GTASC champion and MVP.
Yeah.
You couldn't ask for more. The guy's got 140k.
Oh,
for him.
here we go. There we go.
300,000.
Have you seen the amount of Minecraft he's got left?
It's gonna take me a year to do it, but
Is that preload? I don't think that's really preload.
no, it's my only.
How many accounts?
preload.
He's got 15,000 accounts ready
That's
to
it,
go in
that's
Manchester.
preload.
That's it. Yeah, those are preloaded.
Okay,
The accounts.
That's 200k right there,
And
ladies
I
and
feel
gentlemen.
like I'm slacking on that because Rogue keeps pushing me to do more.
Hey, go on Fiverr, give someone $100, and just say make 25,000 accounts. And add it to TA.
Create my own server.
We probably need to apologise to CJ and Paddy too, because they weren't kind of in on it at all. So
No, I had no clue.
I don't know if we need to apologise to Paddy. He went pretty heavily after Irish. He wasn't part of the conversation, and he ripped
I
Irish.
didn't, no,
Called Irish an
I
unbloody.
didn't rip Irish. I just said that preload is easy. Well, not the actual getting the preload, but the actual thinking about how to do preload is the easy part. And I still stand to that. That's got nothing to do with Irish or anybody. It's just
Yeah, anyone who thinks it's hard to stop, the concept of, well, if you're going to pop preload, just stop. That's a difficult thing to think about. Is literally a moron.
Well, I think that's what people thought was that you're making reference because Rogue was shitting all over me, so they thought you're making reference to me that I didn't know when to stop. Like, how stupid could I be not to know when to stop? I mean,
oh no, I just meant anybody stupid enough not to know.
because I said I was gonna score on that Rogue, and you said why score when you could preload? I said why preload when I can score?
Because then if you preload more than 10k, we can't go, oh look, Irish hasn't preloaded 10k and that's why we lost the comp.
It's a fact if you do, fact if you don't situation with the sir, isn't it? It's a slippery slope.
Yeah, exactly.
It just is what it is.
It's
You just
exactly right.
He's got to get it done.
And look, Beth, I take your apology and I throw it out the window. Everybody knows I'm here only to push the start button and the end button. I take no responsibility for you monkeys or anything you say.
it's racist.
Well, in regards to that too, just to touch on that a little, is that we previously discussed this, but I actually didn't know you're going to go full blown on the podcast and just shit all over me.
Well, it had to be off the cuff.
Well, I wasn't expecting it. I thought it was kind of like banter amongst the team, just, joking around kind of thing. Like, we should shit all over Irish, all his haters and stuff
I
like
thought
that
it
would
was.
absolutely
It was
love it
banter.
and blah, blah, blah. Next thing I know, the podcast comes out and you're shitting all over me. Plus, you didn't even talk to me right after. I had no idea. I was just like, what are these guys on about?
I removed Irish
And
from
he
my
deleted
friends
me
list
from
on
my-
TA.
Yeah, he deleted me on TA. So I'm
Well,
like,
I
what
had
the
to make sure it looked legit.
yeah, to everybody, including me.
To be fair, I felt a little bad as well after I listened back to the edit. And I even sent Irish a message. I thought he deleted me, but then I realized he'd never added me in the first place. So I did send him a message saying, I apologize, you're a swell dude or whatever. It's a standard message I send to everyone that's fucked over by myself or someone I associate with. So, but I'm glad that I did send it now, having heard this. This
I didn't
end
add
of
you
the
where on Xbox or
no, I think you did. I just don't know how to use it.
oh, okay. I was gonna say, what happened?
It's a good sale for Xbox. You can earn 400,000 in a year, be the 6th ranked Australian for the year, and still not know how to turn the thing on or off.
There you go.
True.
Yeah.
True.
So look, guys, it's been really fun. I've really enjoyed it, Irish. I hope, despite Rogue, that you will consider coming back again at some point or whatever. I know our time zones are a nightmare. I know you stream as well and everything else. Do you want to throw out some love for that so people can find you or follow you? You also have an awesome Discord too. Throw that in.
Thank you. You can basically find me anywhere. Just Google me, IrishWarrior022. And I stream on Saturdays and Mondays right now. I plan on streaming a lot more, but those are the times dates I usually stream. And it's a fun community that we have on Twitch. So everyone is more than welcome to come hang out and chat and talk it up and watch me fail at games.
Join the gang.
Yes, sir.
One question though. If you're such a big Twitch streamer and all this here, why don't you stream your preload?
Because I have no preloads.
I don't know. You're playing Worms. Worms Rumble.
But we got nothing in that yet.
Why aren't you streaming to your followers 9 hours of Worms Rumble?
How boring would that be?
I'm doing nothing, Rogue.
Getting your ass kicked by level 50s.
Yeah, getting my ass kicked, doing nothing. And then you guys are just like, Irish, come over this side. I'm like, where am I going? I'm dead by the time I get there. And then you guys just laugh at me.
Top of the car park. And you're like, I don't even know the level. What are these levels? What fucking car park?
Meet in the middle of the map. Where's the middle of the map? Use the mini map. I'm going to the right. These guys actually know where I'm going. They're like, I'm going to the right.
There's a mini map?
Yeah. In the top left corner. Yeah. and you guys are like, you're like, why are you going to the right? In the middle, Irish. I'm like, I'm going to the middle. No, which way's the middle? Go left. And you guys are directing me. How do you guys even find me on the map? I don't even know how you guys find me.
The truth is coming. The truth is coming out. Look, we'll start to start to wind it down. Paddy, it's a pleasure. Sorry you didn't have much input tonight, about as much input as Djokovic will have in the Australian Open, perhaps. But I do hope you come back next time, and I'll mute Rogue permanently.
It's all good. I wanted Irish to be able to talk, and I'm not in the gang because physically in. No, I mean, in the actual team as such for the GTASC. So
you are part of the team. You're in the
I know. I feel you out for what you're playing. It's just so I can play them and lower your ratio.
Report back to Jimbo.
Report back to Jimbo. No.
Yeah.
Hey, well, thanks for telling them I got up to 25k preloaded. Then appreciate that.
I told them 15.
Oh, right in that range.
Yeah, but then he went and started fucking Iron Fish and Worms, and he obviously just thought they were preloaded.
Yeah. You said Iron Fish is easy.
He did say Iron Fish.
It's not
easy.
So that game is fucking
Iron
brutal.
Fish is brutal.
So
it's not as bad as I Am Bread. I Am Bread is fucked.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
I'm not taking any more of your advice though. Rogue.
I am not preloading that.
And you've even told me games to play that you've already completed and said they're easy, Rogue. Like years ago. Descenders, you pretty much completed that. Why would you tell me to play that?
Yeah. I dropped that week before the competition started.
Looking for the booth. Neff, as always, it's wonderful to speak to you, sir. You're a beacon of the Australian Xbox community, or for me anyway. I do appreciate your time. And Rogue, well, that's about all the time we have tonight, listeners. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been wonderful to have Neff, Rogue, 1992, and MadeyePadeye join us again. Thanks so much, Irish, for giving up your time.
Good night, sweet prince.
Thanks so much, Irish, for giving up your time tonight. I really appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Peace.